A little bit of history. Metro Technology Center's law enforcement teacher Amanda English reached out to the Oklahoma City Police Department a few years ago to develop a partnership, and that partnership has grown. And we have with us today Captain Paco Balarama, Oklahoma City Police Department, Derek Lawless, who's the director of Metro Tech's South Bryant campus, and Freddie Silva, who is a Metro Tech cadet, to talk about this program. And Captain Paco, if I could begin with you, tell us how this program has come about and grown.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you said, Instructor Amanda English, she's the one that reached out to the police department, and really was an effort to have local industry in the same field as they were teaching involved in their program. And quite frankly, we're very glad that she did, because it's flourished into a great partnership with the Oklahoma City Police Department. It's developing a lot of young people who want to be police officers, and it's very positive overall.
What type of training, some specifics, is taught in that law enforcement program?
Well, all the basics from traffic stops to a little bit of accident and crime scene investigation to communication. Really, communication is the biggest aspect, because all the things that we teach as far as in police work are developed really in the police academy. What we want to focus on now is we want to focus on communication, interpersonal skills, and really for them to become good people.
Which in some companies are called soft skills. Mm-hmm. The ability to build rapport. Absolutely,
and in law enforcement, it's the most critical area. Basically, we're in the people business.
And we're seeing that more today.
Absolutely.
Throughout the country, how important that rapport is.
Absolutely. Communication is everything in police work. Everything from getting cooperation from victims and witnesses, but also in de-escalation, to be able to build rapport with somebody, calm things down, talk things down, and be able to solve it peacefully.
Let's talk about marketability. What's the demand for police officers in Oklahoma City?
Well, in Oklahoma City is pretty big. I mean, keep in mind that we have almost 1,200 police officers, which means every year we have about 35 to 55 retire. And we have to replenish those ranks. And we can't replenish those ranks with just anyone. It has to be top quality people who have the skills, have the ability to do this job.
So what is the vetting process? You mentioned the ability to communicate, willingness to communicate, to build rapport. You're talking about listening skills, patience, a lot of different issues that go into that. How do you vet folks to be in the program?
Well, it's very difficult to do that, but that's why the partnership with Metro Tech is so important, because we start developing relationships with these young students at a very early age, sometimes 16 and 17 years old. And we get to know them, we get to know their families, we get to teach them those very, very important skills, and we get to really motivate them in what to do as far as decision making. You know, one of the most important times in inner city kids really is between 16 and 21. Those are the times in your life where sometimes you make some very bad decisions. But with students such as Freddie, we're able to mentor. We're able to really pour some very valuable knowledge for inner city kids who a lot of times don't have the support system at home. And we can tell them, look, you know, here's how you should make your decisions. Here's a little bit about goal setting. Here's a little bit about going after your hopes and your dreams. And they really listen. They really listen, and they really do what we say and ask of them. So Metro Tech is a very good vetting tool for trying to identify people who we want to be future police officers.
Well, and Freddie, you're shaking your head yes, you're agreeing.
Yes, sir.
And let's hear a little bit about your story. How did all this start for you?
Well, in the beginning, it was a couple years back. I currently live in the northwest part of Oklahoma City, and it's kind of a tough neighborhood. Directly in front of us it was a drug house. And I have two younger brothers and an older brother too living with me. And I don't want my little brothers growing up being like those people going there. So I just wanted to do a change. That's why I joined Metro Tech. And they partnered with Oklahoma City, so I'm grateful for that. And I just really want to help my little brothers, and hopefully they follow my footsteps too.
What's it like when you're a part of this and you're going through the process? What are some experiences that you've had?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, we were talking about different qualities of patience, communication skills, and
Yes, sir.
whatnot. These are things that can be a little challenging sometimes, but they're learning skills.
Oh, yes, sir. They teach us how to, like every Friday, the teacher puts random letters, words in a bucket, and we just pick them out and just have to make a whole 5-minute topic about it in front of our class. So that's how we get to do public speaking. And in my school, we also do a lot of public speaking, like presentations. So public speaking is a part of what we do. Officers do a lot of public speaking, like Paco Valderrama, always on TV. And also, we learn how to stop people, how to do it safely, officer safety, and stuff like that.
So you're learning to be a communicator.
Yes, sir.
That is fantastic, and I want to come back to you, but Derek Lawless, Director of Metrotech South Bryant Campus, fill us in some more on this program.
Well, I think the vetting process, you mentioned that earlier, we really try to get the right student in the right program for the right reason. So I can say that our cadet program is probably, as far as student interest, is one of the more probably the most at the South Bryant campus, has the most interest from our partner schools. Students are interested in the program. They've have friends that are in the program, and that is an exciting piece of that. But we try to interview those prospective students and make sure that they really understand. You know, there's a lot of things that go into being a police officer, and there's a lot of different career pathways you can take, but there's going to be expectations put on those students, and they need to understand what those are and what they're going to need to do to become successful and be successful in the program. So we try to get the right student in there, and from there, with Sergeant Tomas and the officer that's embedded in the program and the instructor's leadership, then they start that whole process of working towards becoming a professional police officer.
You were mentioning before the program in reference to their ability to integrate into, if they're from that community, if they have friends in that community, that this helps.
Well, it doesn't take much watching of the television or reading the newspaper to see that being a police officer is pretty tough right now, and nationally. There's a lot of scrutiny, and Captain Balderrama kind of mentioned that earlier. Communication is key. These individuals, these young people are from Oklahoma City. They live here. They've grown up here. They have a vested interest in making their community better. And what better way to do that than to be involved in a program where you get trained by Oklahoma City Police Department, you're mentored by officers, and you learn and grow personally and professionally, and with the opportunity to make a difference in your community as a police officer. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and that's kind of the flow of how we hope it's going to go.
How long has the program been in existence?
We've had a law enforcement training program for about 6 years. Actually, let me correct that, about 7 years. Amanda English has been the instructor for the last 4 years, and this is the first year we've had the program located at the South Bryant campus. So it's been around, and a lot of the other tech centers have similar programs, but none of the other programs have a partnership with a large metropolitan police force like we do, and we're very, very proud and excited to be partnered with Oklahoma City Police Department.
This seems to be, to me, more real-time, roll up your sleeves. This is the way it really is. Because how much can you learn in theory in a classroom?
Well, that's very true, and the great part about this is Freddie and the other students in there, they are, every day, the Oklahoma City Police Department has a presence in the classroom. Sergeant Tomas is embedded in the program. They have yearly inspections by Chief City came and inspected the program. So it's a big deal, and the expectations are real, and they're there, and the students know what those are. So it's quite it's quite an operation.
Oh, well, Captain Balderrama, what do you see in the future if we look in a crystal ball or just postulate a few years ahead? What kind of growth would you like to see? What kind of results would you like to see from this? Continue.
Well, you know, as far as results, we actually have the first 3 Metro Tech cadets who are now OCPD cadets who will be eligible to apply in the Oklahoma City Police Academy. And really the first step is I would really much like to see the first graduates from the Oklahoma City Police Academy that really originated in the Metro Tech program. So, you know, large scale, we'd like to expand the program. Right now we're starting relatively slow because we want to do it right, and we rather focus on quality than quantity. But I think it's going to have to grow. You know, from my understanding, you have hundreds of kids who apply for this program every year. You know, Derek's correct that it's one of the most sought after programs that Metro Tech offers, and I think it's because you know, I was incorrect in assuming that a lot of our younger people don't want to be police officers. But when I saw the numbers of the kids who are applying to this program, that's not the case. I mean, you have inner city kids who maybe have never considered the possibility of being police officers who we're finding out not only are they considering it, but it's really part of their goals and their dreams.
And have they maybe never been approached with a positive message?
Sure, absolutely, and yeah, in today's day and age, I think it's more important than ever to attract minority candidates, to seek out kids who are part of the community, who have a vested interest in Oklahoma City. Why? Because it's their home, because their family lives there, because they want to see Oklahoma City succeed and really make it a better place to live in the long term.
Well, Freddie, if I can come back to you as a cadet, let's talk about the future. Kind of give me your future as you see it. How would you like to see your life going in this direction?
Well, this year it's my second year. It's my senior year, and I hope to graduate from this program and also my home school. And after this, I want to get a job with Oklahoma City. By that, I could go to dispatch. I could go to the county jail. I could do multiple stuff like going to the zoo that they offer me. I want to do one of those jobs, maybe county jail, and also take some college classes while I'm at it, going to school. And then by the age of 21, that's the legal age to apply at Oklahoma City and do their academy and hopefully become an officer one day.
Freddie, what do you tell your friends when they ask you about you being in this program? How do you explain it to them?
It's, first of all, it's a family. Law enforcement's a family. And I tell them, well, it's kind of hard to explain because it's just the bond that you have with everybody there. Also, telling them the stuff that we do, and sometimes they don't understand what we do and why we do it. So kind of seeing it from as a civilian, as them. I count myself as a civilian too, but just the perspective that they have compared to ours is way different.
Do you think for some of them it opens their eyes?
Yes, sir, it does.
And that's good.
Yes, sir.
Very definitely. Well, we got to have you all back and talk some more about this because there's so much, and with society as it is today, that kind of message really does need to get out.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you all for being here. Captain Paco Balderrama, Oklahoma City Police Department, Derek Lawless, Director of Metro Tech South Bryant Campus, and last but not least, Freddie Silva. Really appreciate you being here, Metro Tech Cadet. Thank you.